Welcome to the Introduction to British Literature, English 2322. Before we begin, I want you to think about this question. Why take a literature course? In an online article titled Top 10 Reasons Why Students Need More Literature, Not Less, two experts answer this question. The two experts are well-regarded academics, a professor and a dean, both at prestigious colleges. But first, it's your turn. On your own, take a few minutes to write down some reasons for taking literature. Then get in groups and compare your lists. Write down 2 or 3 reasons that were repeated by 2 or more people in your group. I'll stop the presentation for 5 minutes while you do so. Now let's compare what the experts say in this article from the website Caffeinated Thoughts. The first reason is imagination. Write it down on your handout and keep track of the other reasons during this presentation. It makes sense that reading literature cultivates the imagination, but you might be surprised that literature is one of the first things to be banned by dictators because people with imagination are not easily controlled. Reason number 2 is communication. This is an obvious one because literature is itself a form of communication. The best writers not only read great literature, but also talk about it. We will do both in this class as well. Number 3 is analysis. As we read and discuss literature in this class, you will be asked to make connections, consider evidence, and pay attention to details, all of which help you to become more analytical. Number 4, empathy. Empathy is the ability to identify with and imagine yourself in someone else's place. Learning how to empathize can make you a more tolerant person. It is an important aspect of your relationships with others. Number 5 is understanding. Let's stop here for a moment. Why is this a good image for the process of understanding? In your groups, try to put in words a definition of understanding based on this image. You will have a few minutes to do this before we resume. Now consider your definition in light of this slide. Experience is the best teacher, but if you are young, you have not had much experience. So stories are the next best thing to real-life experience for building your capacity to understand. The more stories you read, the more experiences you have. The better your chances for understanding the way other people think. Understanding comes from comparing your side with their side. The truth is often somewhere in between. Number 6 is agility. Literature helps develop mental agility. Agility is the ability to handle complexity, which is a part of life. Mental agility allows you to handle conflict and to be open to new ideas. Number 7 is meaningfulness, or the process of living an examined life, wherein we ask questions about what we believe in and what we value. These things may change as we encounter new ideas in literature, as well as in life. The great philosopher Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." When you stop asking questions about your life, you stop living. Number 8 is travel. In this course, you will travel back in time more than 1,000 years. You will travel thousands of miles away from America and to fictional places as well as real places in England. By reading stories and using your imagination during the semester, you will visit cultures that are very different than the ones you know about in the 21st century. Number 9 is inspiration. Reading stories affects your emotions. You can be inspired to improve your lives as a result of what you learn from characters, especially from their mistakes. Number 10 is fun. Reading literature, especially stories, gives us pleasure. As you read more literature, you become comfortable enough to share it with others. You will become a better reader and writer. And who knows, you may someday write your own stories or poems. In her online essay for Time magazine, Annie Murphy Paul explains why reading literature makes us smarter and nicer people. She's talking about a special kind of reading that we will practice in this class: close reading. Close reading is an important skill that we will practice throughout the semester. You will read and reread the text and use study questions to examine closely the meanings of the text. Literature also helps you with one of the most important things you do each day: decision making. For example, when President Obama was accused of being emotionally distant from the problems of ordinary Americans, an expert offered a solution to improve his decision making: reading great works of literature. To make good decisions, you must continually ask yourself certain questions about identity, purpose, values, and meaning. Throughout the semester, we will consider the question of identity regarding characters, beginning with Beowulf. During this first unit on the epic, you will consider the quest theme, which is a major theme in early British literature. A quest generally includes the following elements: the call, the journey, the trial, the treasure, and the transformation. Beowulf is the first story of an epic quest in English literature. We will begin our semester of study of literature with Beowulf. Now, compare your list of reasons to the expert's list. During the semester, I hope you will become a smarter and a nicer person as a result of reasons 1 to 6, that you will become more reflective as a result of reason 7, and that you will experience pleasure as a result of reasons 8, 9, and 10. During this semester, you will read the greatest literature ever written in English, and we begin our journey today.